Well, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. I've been really excited about this interview, and it means a lot for you guys to give us like some visibility. Actually, we really need that, and yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. That's what my show is about. But um, my first question, I always ask all the actors this.
hmm
What got you into this entertainment industry? What inspired you?
Well, obviously, I think like pretty much everybody else ever since I was a kid. So first of all, I grew up in France, right? I'm not from America, as you can hear it. I grew up in France, and just like pretty much everybody, I really, really liked movies. I was really like, impregnated with it, and
Hmm.
I just had like this dream my whole life growing up. Just like some people want to be professional athletes, football players. Mine was like I want to be an actor, but I kind of forgot about that because growing up in a very like little city in south of France, there's nothing much you can do about it, like about cinema over there. And later on, I was lucky enough. I was studying international business, and I had to do an internship, like abroad, like out of the country. And I was always obsessed with Los Angeles. I was like, I need to get there, like anyhow. And I was lucky enough to get an internship here in Beverly Hills. And as soon as I landed, I was like, no, that's it. That's what I want to do. So
Wow,
I did my
amazing.
internship, met a couple people. As soon as I got back home, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not continuing on this like field, and that's
Hmm.
how like I got into it. Like just a very very old
Do
dream.
you, so do you want to say that was your most pivot moment in your life?
Definitely, definitely. The day I landed in LA for the first time, yeah, that's like what actually changed my life, and I'm really thankful that happened.
And what is your most I know you said that's your most pivot moment in your life,
hmm
but I want to dig a little deeper. What is more, I'm trying to find the right wording, the most exciting, emotional pivot in your life? You're saying you moved to LA.
Yeah.
What made you have that emotional excitement to make you say, this is the pivot in my life? This is what I'm going to be doing. This is
Mm.
the place I want to be. What made you have that big, bright light bulb in your brain?
I would say like there's two moments. Okay, so like there's the first time I got here in LA, and then I got kind of like involved with the acting business, but I had to go back home right after that, and then COVID happened, and I was trying to apply for some schools in here, like some drama schools, and COVID happened, and I was just like stuck in Europe for like it was like what almost like two years.
Mm-hmm.
um and so I started doing acting in there because the important thing is that I wanted to like do the acting here in the US and learn the language, like being American
Mm-hmm.
movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing like a couple shorts. I wasn't really happy with it, and because like I needed some more progress, and I really wanted to learn
Mm.
it the American way, right?
Okay.
And then one day I just auditioned for like this feature, like a pretty big feature. I would say art house movie. This is what like we do a lot in France, and I just auditioned for like what would like the equivalent here would be a day player, so not something really important. And the casting director was there, the director was there, and for some reason they after my audition they just like asked me to read from another part that I like never heard of before, and I did it. We had a lot of fun. A couple days later, they call me back and they're like, "All right, you're gonna be one of the leads. We're like offering you the role of one of the leads. Do you agree
Wow.
with this?" And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And a couple months later, I went on set, really professional set, the first time in my life doing something like at this level. And Yeah, I was having a lot of fun on set. Really, really stressful experience because I wasn't trained yet. Good thing it was in French though. And that had me, yeah, think. I was like, yeah,
Amazing.
this is like where I belong. This is what I want to do. And a little bit fast forward, actually the same year, after we shot that movie, I decided to audition for what I consider one of the biggest schools, like drama schools here in America, the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And it's in Hollywood. Like, come on, they're not gonna accept me, but worth the try, right? So I applied, I auditioned. I remember I was so sick at that moment. I had like some health issues. I was like auditioning in my garage, and I just auditioned, and I forgot about it. And a couple months later, because like it took a little while, they just sent me a letter, told me I was accepted to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in Hollywood, and that literally blew my mind. And I was like, okay, this must be it. That must be like what I'm meant to do. So
Wow,
that would be, yeah,
amazing.
that would be the biggest moments.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
My next question for you is,
Yeah,
what is your why?
my why? What do you mean
Yes.
by that? Could be so many things.
Well, what's your why that you want to do this?
Why I want to do this? Uh, you know what? This is funny because like a lot of times what like whatever thing you want to do in life, a lot of people ask you why you want to do this. I would start by saying I know what I don't want to do, if so to speak, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
okay.
Because I was also lucky enough to work in a lot of fields before, because I was chasing money. I like my freedom and everything, and there's many things that I was like, no, not for me, not for me. And acting, the good thing with acting is that well, first of all, it was my dream, as I said. I would love to once see myself on the big screen. Like, come on, I mean, who doesn't dream of that? And it's in some way like extremely therapeutic because you can get to be so many things,
Mm-hmm.
like so many times that you even get lost within the process here and there. Uh, that's probably why, yeah, I love acting. I'm just having fun. I don't see the problem chasing it. I don't bother. Like, I don't care if I have sleepless nights working on a project, working on a script, working on a scenario. uh I like it. It's as if I'm like playing video games, and the more I do it, the more I like it, the more progress I make. So it feels like I'm a right fit for that universe overall. Who knows what happens next? But at this moment, I haven't known such progress in my life than with acting. So I'm like, let's just keep going and see what happens.
Amazing. Amazing. I want to dig into your acting a little more. Do you have any upcoming projects?
I have a couple upcoming projects. Nothing really big. So what I'm doing most of the time is what they call verticals, which uh, which in terms of acting is quite particular. I'll tell you that. Um, I'm working also with like a couple friends. We have this little group of friends where we want to make our own things, our own shorts. We already did two, and it did pretty good. So it's pretty promising for us. I would say that what I see happening soon is trying to take it to the next level, because I've been doing all that right now because, well, I have bills to pay, and I was focused on trying to have some sort of like daily routine, trying like have like regular work, regular job days. So now that I have this, I'm just like trying to take it to the next level, getting serious with agencies and
Mm-hmm.
management
Mm-hmm.
and all that, and yeah, keep pushing, and yeah, I go
Amazing.
with the flow pretty much.
Right. The courage. You got to keep the courage, you got to keep the passion.
Yeah.
In being in the entertainment industry,
Mm.
it's tough, you
It
know,
is, yeah.
but you got to love what you're doing.
Hmm.
That's the key thing, right?
Right,
I always say
absolutely,
that you got to love what you're doing.
definitely.
What is your favorite genre?
My favorite genre of movie?
Mm-hmm.
Uh that's a hard question. Um, I would say uh, psychological thriller,
Okay.
something like you know, movies like Shutter Island,
Mm-hmm.
Prisoners, which is one of my favorite. I really like that because it keeps you hooked like throughout the whole movie. You don't know what's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen, and usually there's like massive plot twists. So yeah, and there's like a little bit of like stress, like you're a little anxious. I like that. You know, it plays with your feelings. Uh, I would say this is my favorite, but I like pretty much everything else as well. It depends on my mood.
That's good. That's good. You know, I want to dig into this too, but what's the difference have you noticed with the United States film industry
Mm-hmm.
compared to your own home country film industry?
Well, a lot of differences. So I would start by saying that America is the country of cinema, right? It's the one who somehow, I mean, according to me, set the basics, like pioneered that industry overall. And first of all, the diversity of movies we have in here. We have sci-fi, we have dramas, we have like all kinds of genres. Whereas in France, it's pretty like stuck around the same loop. You know, like it's just pretty much the same things over and over again. And the thing that frustrates me with France is that I feel like they don't give like enough like credit, enough respect to the cinema industry because there's so many talents in there. We have the talents, we have the money, we have the locations. So why not do something crazy, something huge, just like the Americans do it? And but no, they just like to do the same things over and over and over again, which is one of the reasons why I also left because I really like cinema, like French cinema industry, but I feel like they're not like wide enough,
Okay, okay.
and even like in terms of the actors, I see this happening like more and more often right now as we're talking. Actors in America, I feel, give much more respect to the craft. They really do the job, whereas in France, they just sometimes, I'm saying, like not all the time. Well, obviously we have like huge, very talented actors, but yeah, it's there's just like more respect to
Mm-hmm.
it and more variety here in America. I mean, come on, that's America. That's the biggest cinema industry in the world.
And that's it's interesting. I'm just curious how other countries handle their cinema and the movies and TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, France is doing pretty good, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
but there's so much more we could do, and that's just a bummer that we don't yet.
Right. I totally understand. How did your parents feel about you moving to America?
Uh, I'm so lucky to have my parents. First of all, they so supportive, and anyway, if they weren't, they knew I would try and do it anyway because I'm pretty, yeah. Once I like set up my mind on something, I do my best to do it. Obviously, it was really hard for them, especially my mom. She's like really emotional. She was crying when I left because like you see your son going away, and because like France is not like the closest country. It's like in like 11 hours flight, so it's not like I just move like to like a nearby country or something. It was tough for the first couple months, I would say. And then later on, it's been like what 3 years now. We got used to it. They came to visit because I didn't go back yet. So pretty hard, but also it was beautiful. You know, you just I just decided to do my own thing, and they were really supportive, and I'm really thankful.
Amazing. It's good to have a parent supporting you and
It's
all that
awesome,
stuff.
especially when you see like the opposite happening like around you. I'm like, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And um, what is your dream role?
My dream role. So it's gonna sound. I have so many dream roles. I would say that would be something around. I was. like always a huge fan of like underdog boxer movies, like Rocky, for example, Southpaw. Even though that's not really underdog, but one role I would really like if we're talking really specifically, I would love to be the Prince of Persia, but the because I played the games when I was young on PlayStation 2, and the movie that actually released with Jake Gyllenhaal is like mostly based on the first game. I want to be the second game or the third one, which is like a much like trash and darker like side of the prince, like extremely violent
Mm-hmm.
and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of tension. That would be like my. I don't know why that's what like pops in my mind. So yeah, but other than that, definitely like boxing movie, a
Okay.
boxing underdog movie, like an underdog movie. Yeah, I would
Right.
love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. You know, I can't wait to hear and see more projects you're going to be doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, me too. Me too. I can't wait like to do more, to actually
Mm-hmm.
be in more. But I feel like this is gonna happen, naturally, gradually. I trust the process. I trust myself. They always ask you to trust yourself. Obviously, there's a lot of doubts and like tension along the way, but it's looking good right now. So yeah, I can't wait either.
Right. And the one thing about the entertainment industry, it is constantly. You got to be constant, right? And that's the one
Yeah,
thing. I
absolutely,
think
absolutely.
it's not, I think it is a serious constant. You have auditions you have to go through,
Yeah,
right? You have
a
to
lot. Yeah.
drive the set, and
Mm.
you can't give up. You know,
You can't.
you can't.
You
You may
can't.
go to auditions and you may not get the role, but
Mm.
always remember the
That's
people there
that's the thing.
will remember you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I think one of the most important things is that if you ever decide to get into this industry, you gotta be so comfortable with rejection. Because like
Hmm.
90% of your job is gonna be rejection. Not necessarily in a bad way, not necessarily disrespectfully, but you gotta be okay with rejection. You're gonna have like to audition like, I don't know, 5, 6 times, 6 self-tapes a day and never hear back from it. But one day, like what I believe is that once you get comfortable with this, you just keep doing it, you just keep getting better at it, and one day there's gonna be this one job, this one job who's gonna change the whole narrative of
Hmm.
your story. That's what I believe in. But that's why it's really important to really like what you're doing. If you do this just to become a superstar or be famous or the
Right,
money or
right,
something, eventually you're gonna quit. But yeah, learning to deal with rejection is probably one of the most important parts of it. Talent's not everything.
right. 100%. That's
Mm,
the one thing I think. Like I keep saying, I think, but it's the truth that everybody needs to understand about the entertainment industry. It is tough,
absolutely.
but it's fun, and don't give up.
Yeah,
That's the
never.
key. That's the key.
Exactly. I've seen so many people give up already. And it's like people from school, for example, I went to, and it's only been a year ever since we graduated because it's that tough. Like it's that like heavy, like on your mind, on your brain and everything. And then aside, you gotta, manage your life, get some food, stuff, like pay the bills. So, yeah, it's really tough.
But you have to. I think everyone needs to remember a lot of these eight actors. That's what they went through.
Yeah, and
Constant, constant.
even worse. I
Right.
would say it was like more complicated for them back then because they didn't have self tapes. They had like to drive all the way to the audition room, then come back, then go to another one, pay for gas. It seemed like it was much more of a struggle. So we got to keep this in mind. But yeah, a lot of A-list actors,
Mm-hmm.
they actually are the ones who like taught me that. Not personally, but I've seen like a lot of interviews, and that's where I get this from.
Wow. That's true. That is
Yeah,
true. Don't give
never.
up. one Hundred
Never. I
percent.
won't. I promise I won't.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And I'm so happy you came on my podcast.
Thank you. I'm so happy you had me.
Yes, yes. Um, I love hearing actors who get into the entertainment industry. The
Mm,
passion,
yeah.
why they want to do it. And I think
Yeah.
that it, it's not. I think. a lot of audience, they, especially actors, we're telling people's story.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of the most important parts about acting, and especially when you relate to the story. Like I think like cinema, the movie industry has the power to probably change people's mindsets sometimes if the story is told like in a like particular way. So really really important, and I wish and I hope that later on things get even better, I get successful, and I get to tell my own stories, like the stories I want to tell, because everybody's got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get there, yeah, I would definitely take that shot, but it's a beautiful thing to be able to like tell a story.
Yes, 100%. I can't
Mm.
wait to um see more of your film and your TV show
Thank you. Thank
and
you. I
hear
appreciate that.
more
That means a
about
lot.
it and have you back on my podcast for you to talk more about it.
Anytime, anytime. Thank you so much. That's a
Yeah.
pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me. Thanks for giving me my shot at this. That's like
No,
officially my
you're
first, that's my first interview.
well, I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on. You're always welcome to come back on my
Thank
podcast.
you so
We'll
much.
stay in touch and I can't wait to have you back.
Perfect. Thank you. I can't wait to be back either.
You're very welcome. We'll stay in touch.
All right. All right. Thank you so
You're
much. And you have a
welcome.
beautiful
And I
night.
will talk to you soon.
All right. Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.